All right, let's dive in. Today, we're not just talking about going back to school, we're building a strategic playbook for what is, for many, one of the biggest investments you and your family will ever make. For ambitious international students, grad school isn't just a next step, it's a massive, calculated, life changing move. So let's get started. This is the big question, right? Is it worth it? The stakes are unbelievably high. We're talking serious time, a lot of money, and real sacrifice. So we're going to tackle this exactly like a savvy investor would. We're going to analyze the assets, the risks, and of course the potential return on investment.
Look, we get it. This decision doesn't just affect you. It impacts your entire family. It's about building a better future. And that means you need a rock-solid plan. So think of this as your personal playbook. And I'm going to be your strategic advisor, walking you through every single move. Okay, first things first, let's really nail down the core value here. Why is a graduate degree such a powerful asset in today's world? Well, it's because you become something that the global economy is desperately looking for. I want you to burn this term into your brain: highly qualified personnel. Seriously, this isn't just some academic buzzword. It's how top employers, economists, and governments are going to see you. You're not just a student anymore. You are becoming a high-value asset, the kind of person who drives innovation. So let's start decoding your options, because not all degrees are the same, and the best one for you depends completely on your goals and, crucially, your geography. Think about these degrees like different assets in an investment portfolio. Your job is to pick the one with the highest possible return for your unique strategy. Okay, this table is a perfect example of what we call the contextual filter. You have to see your options through this filter. For example, an MSc is a global powerhouse for getting a job in industry. But notice the difference. It's only 1 year in the UK, but 2 years in the US. And the MPhil? This is so important. If you're applying from, say, Nigeria or Ghana, an MPhil is often the standard bridge to a PhD in the UK system. It's a serious research degree. Meanwhile, in the US, a lot of students just jump straight from their bachelor's to a PhD. So the lesson here is you have to know the system you're aiming for. Think of this as climbing a ladder. Each degree builds on the one before it. You've got your top master's for that core knowledge, then maybe a research master's, like an MPhil, to really sharpen your research skills, and then finally, the PhD. But here's a pro tip. Always be on the lookout for efficiencies. Some programs offer a fast-track option, letting you transfer from a master's right into a PhD, which can save you a ton of time and money. All right, let's talk about the big one, ROI, return on investment. Choosing your field is a massive strategic decision. We're going to break this down into two completely different but equally powerful models for success. One we'll call global portability, and the other niche authority. This is such a critical distinction. Let's say you're a STEM student from India with a degree in AI. Your skill set has what we call global portability. You can land a job in Silicon Valley, Toronto, Berlin, anywhere, really. Your ROI comes from those high-paying industry jobs and research stipends. But now, imagine you're a theology student from Ghana. Your strategy is different. You're building niche authority. The goal is to become a top expert in your specific cultural context, so you can go back home and be a leader, maybe at a university or a seminary. Your ROI isn't just money, it's influence. But what if you could do both? This 2-for-1 strategy is an absolute game changer. Purdue University's Degree Plus program is a great example. Just imagine combining a computer science degree with a degree in African American studies. All of a sudden, you have this incredibly unique profile that almost no one else has. You're grinding hard technical skills with deep cultural knowledge, and that maximizes your impact and your ROI.
Okay, so you've picked your asset. Now, how are you going to pay for it? A true investor doesn't just spend their own money. They secure capital. And for an international student, the holy grail, the ultimate prize, is a fully funded degree. Let's break down exactly how you get one.
The first word you need to know is stipend. Think of a stipend as your salary for doing research. This is not a loan, it's income. A professor with a big research grant basically hires you to work on their projects, and that work becomes your thesis. And here's the best part. Stipends can absolutely be paid to international students, which makes them a huge funding source, especially in STEM. Next up,
Fellowships and scholarships, what are they? Basically, free money because you're an outstanding applicant. It's awarded on merit, not need. But you have to be strategic here. A lot of the big government fellowships are only for citizens. That's why you have to dig deep into each university's own database to find the awards that are specifically open to everybody. Assistantships are basically jobs that fund your degree. A research assistantship, or RA, is really common in the sciences. You're working in a professor's lab. A teaching assistantship, a TA, is more common in the arts and humanities, where you might help teach undergrads. Both give you a steady income and, honestly, amazing professional experience.
So let's look at some real targets. The Trudeau Foundation Doctoral Scholarships. They're one of the most prestigious awards in the world. And get this, a full 25% of them are set aside specifically for international students. That is a massive opportunity. Or look at the CIHR training grants in Canada for health research. They can fund both Canadians and international students. Your mission is to hunt these down.
Okay, listen up. This might be the single most important piece of financial advice you will ever get. Whether it's a stipend, a fellowship, or a job as a TA, never accept a verbal promise. You absolutely need a formal offer letter that spells out the dollar amount, how long the funding lasts, and exactly what's expected of you. Always, always protect your investment. All right. Strategy? Check. Funding plan? Check. Now it's go time. This is your step-by-step playbook to execute the plan and nail that application. A winning application starts early. I can't stress this enough. You need to begin your research the summer before you even apply. And this is especially critical if you're outside the US or Canada, because you might need an official evaluation of your credentials, which takes time. Application deadlines are usually between December and March, so by then you need to have everything ready to go. Okay, and one last thing. This is the stuff nobody tells you about. It's called the hidden curriculum. These are the unwritten rules for success. For example, getting your research published is absolutely essential for a PhD, but no one ever teaches a class on it. You learn how by having a great advisor, by going to workshops on grant writing, and by talking to other students. Your success isn't just about your research, it's about mastering these insider skills.
So there you have it, the Strategic Investor's Guide to Graduate School. You have the playbook. You know how to choose the right asset, how to secure the capital, and how to execute the plan. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it? What will your return on this life-changing investment be?